Slow stuff here again. Axile, usual business. Hobbit with Navi paired up to clear out towards these mid doors. Molly over the top to make sure nobody can swing on them. Inters and Shiro park towards upper tunnels where the success was found in the previous, and Simple quite passive with the AWP. Not going to be able to find too much traction from this position. Navi working on this short control. Axile still has not moved the muscle outside of long. Spotted, so Navi will call out info towards the site. Cops an aid for his troubles. Missed his molly there as well. Getting a bit dicey over towards this A bomb site, but it still just is this light buy with the saved AWP.
Mid smoke arrives now. Simple's going to tuck into B in response. So mid open for business, but no members of Gambit checking it out. Nafi's here to stop this Xbox push, but he could get caught out, and he is looking the wrong way. Now an AK falls into enemy hands. They know Simple's on the site, and he's missed his first. Bit and Simple, oh, combining perfectly here. Chances starting to dwindle, just taken away one by one.
Might want to save this, 25 seconds left.
And Axile's in T-spawn, he may as well.
That was just completely stalled on out, and I don't even know that Navi had to do too much. Shiro's heard that nade. Really would like to walk away with this AWP. I know the money is there, but... Boomich goes down. Electronic doesn't even get a chance to punish either. Axile. That's where he started the round. He'll finish towards T-spawn, and they'll walk away with their saved weapons, but that's a great round for Navi to win, and it really just, as soon as that kill came in towards mid, any pressure elsewhere on the map was gone. This was it. Electronic jumping up, Nafi dead, and now we can see the stack. Simple and Bit perfectly combined here to lock them out. And that's your highlight right there for round number 22. Okay, well, Gambit have the money to go for another buy, and that has put a stop to their 6-round spree here in the second half. Same look again. Axile with the bomb towards long this time.
Ooh. Safe passage so far.
Very noisy. So just in time as well.
Boomich is advancing. Playing it anti, Simple to bait him in. And support. It's unlikely to be dry. Hobbit will molly, Simple out of position. Boomich might want to push forward on this. CT molly will deter. There's a lot of contact about to come through short here, and well, it's Boomich to deliver. Double kill. Gambit shattered as they swing into short. And there was 3 players there. You know, Boomich has done it all, but Electronic and Simple were there in support. There was no way they were leaving without some bloodshed. And now walking into Perfecto's domain, Simple in support. It's Axile with something. A glimmer of hope starts to form as they start to isolate Bit. Shiro can corral them towards the tunnels area and flank should he desire. Oh, but Inters is gone. Bit lone defense is working wonderfully, and all of the frags come in. You can rely on Bit, solo B, double kill to stop anything from spiraling out of control.
He was so deep in the back of platform there as well. Could have been a problem, right? Perfecto going down, and you start to see how this one could get pieced together. But this stack, this 3 players you were talking about on short, they completely gave up long. Everybody was focused towards this short position. Sure, Electronic may have been glancing over from that bridge, but they have really given up full real estate. Knowing Gambit's tendencies here, Axile passive outside long traditionally. They get away with it again. Once more, the default spread. Shiro gets his big green back, but util lighter weaponry, not great. Gambit on notice. It was a good spurt to start this second half, but all in all, still held to single digits right now. Hobbitt's had another good showing here, 21 for him, so continuing to deliver in the fragging department. And we have that black boxer train coming up next. Gambit chose to take it there for the third. Yet to see Navi with Bit on train. So a lot of questions to be asked and answered moving into the third map of the series here.
Could be a banger. All right, they're on their way. Turning the flash and can't make the shot happen. Simple's forced to play retake now, just by a Galilov Hobbit. And now Shiro's AWP feels the feed for one as well. That was Perfecto's cross mid. Boomich steps into the line of fire, and now a double disadvantage for Navi. Electronic keeps the Navi ship afloat, but they are already starting to maneuver out of this one. So many resources they'd be losing.
Yeah, hopes were alive there when Navi dropped into spawn, but you're not going to get into that A site with this double AWP retake by any means. So from 0 to 100, as per usual with these CIS games, you see them creep up, they check their corners, the utility's perfect, the jiggles are there. Execute comes in. Whoever wins those initial
But
duels
it's funny,
wins
isn't it?
the
Like,
round.
I'm starting to realize it doesn't even matter about the kill. It's just the fact that when Simple did take that fight and then misses his shot, there's that bolt and they're 3 across. He knows he can't repeat. 3 different points of contact. When he does repeat, he has to play for the retake. And just by Hobbit hitting a couple of shot bullets of that Galil and his teammates throwing good flashbangs, they take the site. It doesn't even have to be the kill.
Yeah, the presence alone was perfect. And now, Navi, they will buy again, but starting to whittle through that cash. Bit and Simple have a little bit in reserve. Boomich as well. Perfecto and Electronica almost bankrupt. And they're going to take a timeout here. Only their second so far, and things have been going great. No worries just yet, but it's only 4 rounds now for Gambit, and you consider that first half. This is looking much more competitive and actually sowing the seeds for, hopefully, a more competitive third map out the gates.
Yeah. It's not copium, but it is hopium. I've got a little bit of that.
Just a little bit?
Yeah.
Just a smidge?
Well, I mean, we have seen 2 Navi rounds so far. Everything else has been all Gambit. I haven't seen signs that point to a Navi immediately having a guaranteed round here. It is only the slight sacrifice of the Galil for Nafany.
Well, this is where it heats up, right? This is where Navi, they won't be saving for too much longer. We're going to start seeing the action and traction of this game underway very shortly. But it's the same default spread that we've been seeing, and Navi going to do something different here to try and unravel this. An early fight, an early pick. Helped them out a lot.
Dude, Bit solo B with this AWP. Now flashed off the line. Has he called for help? He has. In the form of Perfecto. Responsible for 2 points of contact now, and Bit peeking in. His reactions to be tested here by Shiro.
What's up, right? This is when...
Oh, and he does manage to put one into Nafany immediately, though. Shiro finds him on the way back out. Perfecto trying to control this cross. It's likely going to be smoked. And what's a man to do? Tries to catch and finish the job of that tagged up AWP player, but the B site is lost, Chad, and I can't help but feel that you said they were coming. May not be seeing Navi go for this one.
Yeah, you can see how already positioned over towards long. Boomich and Simple tucking away. Electronic with Perfecto scampering away through spawn, and 1 kill and around. Simple as that. Easy as you like. Gambit up to 11. And they still can't really consider too much of these chases. Don't want to give up the AK-47s. Bank isn't there. Very fragile still, but the same can be said for both teams. We just discussed the extra finances for Bit and Simple. So Bit will have no issues buying, and well, this is it. This is the highlight of your round. Bit gets that kill, maybe a different story. 10 seconds left on that bomb.
Just put one into the forearm, didn't he?
Look at all the nades that Navi have left, right? At this juncture of the round. Like, the bomb's going to go off and they're still sitting at full util. That tells the picture alone of what just went on down.
Not many maps you'll see complete lockouts and 4-man saves as much as Dust 2.
I'm trying to think. What maybe Inferno?
Inferno, B-site, probably the close second.
The rest of them seem a bit more fluid, right? You know, you can...
That's because this is archaic map design.
Okay, man, all right. This is the classic.
Yeah, we can keep saying that as much as we like.
It's an aggressive Molotov there mid, going to deny the fast scurry down for the mid-control nade. Electronic destined for the feed of Hobbit again here.
Uy, uy, uy.
Hasn't released it, and they're past.
Lovely find. Another chunk of damage. I'll check in with utility damage once this subsides, or dispatch my handsome Australian to do that for me.
Having a gander just now. 291 so far for Electronic, leading the charge for his team.
That's 3 kills worth of nade damage.
Oh, this is easy.
Yeah, Perfecto did not get the memo. Mid was lost. Bit now with it all to do. Simple clutched up from this very angle. And Hobbit's not going to let the same happen this time. Instead, the site is lost, and I assume I know what's coming. A caveat in the form of Axile. He's already here. Now, they were previously very ready for the lurk and the potential. Uh-oh. Simple puts his head in the vice, and Axel, he can take everything away from Navi here. Electronic springs to action as well. They know where they both are. I don't know if anyone else is going to be too persuaded to pursue.
So ridiculous, right? With all these saves from Navi to keep themselves in contention, they haven't actually fought for any of these rounds. And now, well, because of the lost rounds, they found themselves in a position with the max loss bonuses in place. So 3,400 means they will be able to buy again.
Kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, look, it hasn't been fun. It hasn't been fun for them to play. I'm sure it hasn't been fun for everybody at home to watch. But this is the business end I was talking about. You can't keep saving now, right? The scoreline at 14-12. They've clawed this one right back, and you're just going to feel a little bit confused, aren't you? That didn't feel like that should be likely, as they've just crept on out, shot him in the back, and another round done. What has there been? In those 3 rounds, there was a total of 5 kills, which across those 3 or 4 that determined the outcome.
It was a 12-3 half, ladies and gentlemen. Navi's CT side has been rocked just a little. And Gambit proving that they plan to contend here in this grand final after all.
Oh, more nade damage from Electronic. He has been timing that to perfection.
Just watched his Navi demos.
Yeah, but they just start converting off some of this damage. Electronic flashed on in. He's going aggressive here, and that's an opening, a huge find. Hobbit's down. That's the change-up they're looking for, Navi.
They're going to go for this no matter what. Boomich just steps into the spray, and now a 4-on-4. Short-lived advantage for Navi. Extended again, this time Simple. Stopping Axal's space take, but there is a gap. A big opportunity if they could just get the smoke down, but no, Simple's not even posted up. He could just walk it. Perfecto's ready this time. Not going to be pantsed in the same respect. Oh, but Navi even finding him on the sideline angle. They know Bit's the B player, and it's done enough to stop the first Navi progression. Bit trying to deal with Inters. He has gotten across from the Simple hold. Closing in close. In fact, Simple brings the fight to them for the trade. Nice play. Shiro to come up clutch. Lurking in the smoke is Simple. He might be able to maneuver to find and isolate Electronic. Oh dear. He misses the shot, just whistles past the ear of Electronic, and 15 is finally found. From a 12-3 half, it took them nearly the full regulation to post a 15.
Well, felt labor to get to this point, but we're here now. And look, great stuff there on the rotation from Simple. Boomich swinging out that molly that landed behind him. We didn't see exactly how it was, but it was definitely burning. I think could have tucked in, but regardless, this shot from Nafi, we already knew Nafi was low. Perfecto, if he got the dink, he was instantly dead, so it wasn't the 2 bullets necessary. But Simple's flash from spawn and Bit's willingness just to wait for it, even though he didn't get traction off of it, was everything in that round. It stalled out Gambit's take on towards B and set them up now to close things out here.
It's like now, it's one of his checkpoints.
Yeah.
It's like getting aided by Electronic. Check.
Smoke the door, jump up Xbox. Okay, everything is going honky-dory in a round like this. Oh, they're trying to really trifle with Boomich here towards long.
It's scary stuff. Flash to indicate presence. Pins are pulled and Boomich is gone. Simple, he's actually in a bit of a state of panic here. He's wide out in the open and he's so blind he doesn't even get to pull the trigger. Now Electronic to be the hero Navi need to find 16.
I want to hide in the smoke.
Yeah, but they just come straight through. They weren't ready for him. Hobbit needs to return fire through the smoke. And he does find him eventually. A huge wave of pressure released, but it's not done yet. Perfecto pushing through, considered it, now blind. Hobbit can come through and take more space away. The bomb planted safe. Navi's chances start to dwindle. Perfecto claws him back as Hobbit's aggression's been punished there. Tried to mantle on the boost, and now Shiro's gone too.
Not
one
like
frag.
this.
One single frag separates them now, and it's Inters to try and come up clutch. The first is found. He just can't seem to keep it. And Bit will shut them down. 2-0 in the best of 5. Navi, they came to play, and they've got a point to prove. Points to be made at the analyst desk next.
Как убил.
Сайт, у тебя справа высоко, бай.
Просвет.
Не вижу его. Испанский.
Найс, хорош.
Ай, взял.
Славик,
Хорош,
хотите?
серый. Разъебал, серый, хорош.
У тебя есть. Найс!
Хорош.
Тоже думал.
Фу, блядь, вот это выстрел.
Индрес.
Какой же...
Когда он меня убьет.
Ворота, нет? Ворота.
Илья, красавчик.
Как тень была, я видел.
Taking my pain away, nothing else more to say. Everything that I have, I'll give you first. You gotta pick a side. Now you got a team and you're rolling with the pride. Wanna play the game, make it to the end. I'm gonna bring it back again. I feel it inside. I'm reaching my stride. I'm standing my ground. I won't give in. I'm moving ahead. I'm back from the dead. I'm ready to fight again. Raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof. All the mistakes I made, now I can change my fate. No one can take this heart away. First, you gotta pick a side. Now you got a team and you're rolling with the pride. Wanna play the game and make it to the end. I wanna bring it back again. I feel it inside. I'm reaching my stride. I'm standing my ground. I won't give in. I'm moving ahead. I'm back from the dead. I'm ready to fight again. Raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof. Find another way to fight another day. Find another way to fight another day. Find another way to fight another day. Find another way. Find another way to fight another day. I feel it inside. I'm reaching my stride. I'm standing my ground. I won't give in. I'm moving ahead. I'm back from the dead. I'm ready to fight again. Raising the roof, raising the roof, raising the roof. I'm raising the roof.
Короче, блядь, пацаны. Кирилл, блядь.
Паники,
Ну иди просто.
Валера, красава, братан. Вот
Well, a shaken Gambit had a troubled CT side, but they seem to get their nerves in check for that second half, Maniac.
Well, history will tell us if we are right or not, but these few rounds won by Gambit might end up having a bit difference. We looked at the first half, we saw Navi just run away with it. I had flashes in front of my eyes thinking, oh my god, this is going to be the shortest best of 5 I've seen in a long time if Navi go on with that. But no, Gambit found some footing, which bodes well for the show.
Well, let's talk about Navi. And again, what made them win on Dust 2, Yanko?
Yeah, it was a couple of things. Most importantly, another great start. They lost the pistol but won the second round and got on a massive win streak in the first half. Off of that, they won 11 rounds, I believe. It was 11-1. So second thing, Electronic, he stepped up, not just in the fragging department, but you could see when Gambit was mounting that comeback, he's the one who goes for that cat push. Like, he's feeling confident now. He's making those plays to turn it around for Navi. And just that whole T side, we were talking about it the whole tournament previously. We were critical of them, and time again we see great T side play from Navi, and that's what won them Dust 2 as well.
I think it's really great to see Electronic finding form. We prefaced him as a potential X-Factor moving into this grand final. Not that he had played a bad tournament, but not to the extent, to the ambition that we can have for Electronic. And in this map, in the series so far, these are the stats for the whole series, he's been stepping up massively. More than 100 ADR, he's been making the difference right rifle work left and right, and that is a very, very good side for Navi. I mean, on overpass, he was, within the pack, nothing too impressive, but I was just looking at the way he played these rounds. I talked about it throughout the event. I thought sometimes he was lacking confidence, he was a bit unsure of his decisions, and not any of that in a grand final. He is very clear in the duels he takes. He knows when to fight, when not, and even here, where he misses a couple of bullets, takes a deep breath, one shot after that.
It was 4 for 0 in opening duels in the first half, 6 for 1 at the end of it, so obviously doing his thing on the CT side as well. It literally was the old school, simple and electronic show. See, I haven't said it for a while, boys.
Gotta get used to it.
I needed to practice beforehand. I was going to say it was like the simple and electronic show all over again, Yanko.
Yeah, and what a time for that show to make a rerun, right? In the grand final for Electronic to step up when his team needs him the most. And on the other side, at Gambit, we can see they just seem a little bit disjointed. It's not their usual selves, right? We also have a clip of Shiro and around with him where it's something that you've seen time and time again, him making that play happen. But this time he just, misses an AWP shot here, an easy one, right? How many times did we see him get this kill right here? He's not gonna get the frag, and now he's just staying alive. This is what Gambit does really well. He's waiting for a flash. He's gonna re-pick with the flash, get the second kill, right? No, the flash just comes in too late. Now you see it at the very end of the clip, and later on they even lost a 4v2 and insult to injury. Exile's mouse jumps. Even that there's so many things were going wrong for Gambit in this game.
This is what really scared me. That clip up until that round number 11, the fact that you would not even give an actual fighting chance to Gambit in those duels because they were missing these shots that were supposed to happen. It's like the minimum is not there. And Shiro, I mean, it was called Immortal King at some point, and we even said let's take a deep breather on that one. I think the nerves are oscillating a little bit. Obviously that's just a hypothesis, but you could see the fact he was missing some of these shots definitely outside his comfort zone. I don't think I've seen him yet this year miss such easy shots. It's good that he found some kills, bodes well to train because he's going to have a very, very important role, but he's not being stepping up, not enough at least in that grand final.
Well, Navi yesterday mentioned he feels nerves sometimes. He has to talk to the team to get himself back into the game, but he didn't seem to have problems on Dust 2, and neither did Hobbit.
No, these two were the main reasons why Gambit actually pushed forward. Navi, I think we have to give him some praise on that T side, being able to find these gaps. Abusing the B split against Navi, and Perfecto had a really hard time to handle that. Even on the CT side, Navi were picking up the AWP on the A side. If that's not a captain move, then I don't know what it is. Shiro is next to him, shaking a little bit. He said, you know what, give me that ult. I'll do it myself. So Navi really fought his best, and then Hobbit as well with a few multi-kills, very well placed.
I think we just have about enough time to go through round number 20, because there is an example of Hobbit's decision-making.
Oh yeah, I mean, and this one is a little bit mind-blowing. So, you know what, Yanko, feel free to jump in if you want at some point, but this could have been Gambit fighting back. This could have been where things change, because Navi will put so much pressure on them. We see a Boomich running in, making a ton of damage with the PT-50. He almost killed 3. Electronic stacks back. The situation is gonna calm down just a little bit. Electronic right there has the occasion to close the round. But what we don't see is Hobbit's reaction to that kill. Instead of turning around, he runs towards A, he plants the bomb, and then he actually wins the clutch. I want to say the balls on Hobbit to just disregard Electronic and stay on the side, and then at the end, almost perfecto.
He's the only player in the server to have won a major. Sorry, Yanko, continue.
Yeah, Hobby just bolts it, just goes, I'm out, screw this, I'm gonna try to win the round in a different way. And yeah, he's been stepping up, as you can see in his plays. He's going for those plays. He realizes he needs to push his teammates a little bit. I think he's doing all he needs to do so far in this series. He just needs his teammates to step up and help him a little bit.
Speaking of bit, choosy segue, he is going to be playing on Train in this Navi lineup for the first time after the break. So obviously don't go anywhere, because in just one more map, Navi could be the champions of DreamHack Masters Spring 2021, and you don't want to miss that.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Snix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help. Good luck, have fun.
Yes, nice shot, my friend.
Cheaters ruining your plays?
I have eyes on the enemy.
bad servers stopping your shots? What you need is ESEA. Advanced anti-cheat to stop cheaters. And the best servers around, all with 128 tick rate. ESEA, the best way to play CSGO.
The leader of the professionals can be described as cocky, wisecracking, and scarily indifferent with regards to the suffering of others. He would say he's just a bloke that likes to have a bit of fun on the weekend with the local armed tax collectors. He downplays the severity of any heavy situations that come his way. Even if he's the last man standing, riddled with bullets, with only seconds left to blow the safe. This white hockey mask and floral shirt were popular choices during his Vice phase.
We're into our third map of our best of 5 grand final for 2021's edition of DreamHack Masters Spring. 10 DreamHack Masters, 8 of which we've seen Navi in attendance, and 8 of which they got to the playoffs. 2 final appearances and not a single trophy in the cabinet, at least not for the DreamHack variety.
Looks like that might be about to change here. Sitting 2 to the good against Gambit going into Train. Now, 2 key pieces of information. Gambit have played Train once in this tournament here of DreamHack Masters against G2. They lost at 16-13.
Yeah.
They've opted to pick it here against a Navi who we are yet to see play it with Bit in the roster. So that black box is going to be very difficult to know what's going to be going on in this Navi camp. They get to start on the CT side. Right? This is the dream for a team like Navi right here, right now.
The picture you're painting, Chad, I mean, I'm not going to spell it out for everyone at home, but the picture you're painting is we could have a quick grand final here.
Yeah, this is looking pretty grim. Now, I'm glad that Gambit started to turn up the heat. It's still through the usual suspects of this final so far. Hobbit, Nafi, the Des were just talking about that. But if there is ever going to be a map where you want Shiro to step up, it's going to be Train. This is an AWPer's paradise, and it's an AWPer's necessity on the T side to find picks.
Yeah, 100%. So we're going to have to see if Shiro gets activated. I do want to see more from Axal. I mean, of course, course. There's only so much you can do when you're staring down the barrel of a 12-3 on Dust 2. It did get competitive, though. Do you factor that in? The fact that Gambit did claw something back? It wasn't the 16-5 it could have been?
I would love to. I would love to put a lot of stock in that, but we already know this team, if the best of 5 goes the distance, they've tweeted about it being a problem, and we've already seen it physically being a problem in the past.
It's already a statistical anomaly to reverse sweep a best of 5 in our video game. Never mind when you're already looking at down the barrel of a 2-0 and your glue, your veteran, your only major champ is already tweeting out he hates best of 5s.
Maybe quivering in his boots a little bit there. So I think when you stack all that up, the odds are against Gambit, but that's going to make this comeback, if this comeback happens, that much more juicy, right? And the fire in the belly of Navi, that's been shown. We've seen what they've come in here today to prove, and they've done that so far so good. If they can continue that on map number 3 against Gambit, who, once again, the undisputed world #1 up until this point.
Yeah, and I just want to also have a bit of euphoric recall for everyone that was there yesterday. That heroic Navi game, I think it left a lot for well, no, it didn't leave much to the imagination at all. In fact, we got everything you could possibly have desired. It felt like a grand final. That was a semi-final. That's the reason Navi are here. They did best heroic, who are looking to have maintained their form after their previous victories at ESL Pro League Season 13. Let's get this party started. Navi batten down the hatches of the defense, and it's Gambit bringing the assault. 1 minute 50 thrust onto the clock. A bomb on their back. A couple of decoys through the air, and let's see what our third map has in store.
3 players over towards Ivy early as they're trying to activate Simple, giving an opportunity to look for kills. He's just surging on over to find these frags. Simple is hungry to fight.
Ooh, baby. Axel's close, and there goes the bomb. He's already found the head he desired. Don't we all?
Simple's just gone down there from Hobbit's pick, and now this one's starting to get dicey. Nafni tagged on up, chaos ensuing.
Yeah, Inter's in a spot of bother off the flash. Boomich gets vision, but quickly deleted. In fact, not done yet. Chance for Electronic for both. That, it was such a quick shot onto Shiro. He doesn't have armor, but it doesn't matter when he's hitting shots like that. The bomb's with him. Perfecto to back him up. P250 found. That does level the odds just a little bit for some of those longer engagements. Perfecto trying to combine, but that was the peak, and it's been punished. There's Inter's connecting with his 3rd frag, and him and Hobbit combined are all they need. 5 frags between the 2 of them. Gambit get the pistol. Now, we've seen that before.
This is where they really need to hunker on down Gambit. They cannot lose to the force buy of Navi, and I say force buy of Navi, we haven't seen it come through yet. Jesus. Feels like he does enough right there. Solid work from Inters, the supportive element of this team. I think Hobbit's once described him as their secret weapon. Need the secret weapon right here.
Oh, that's the in-game leader doing everything he can in and outside of the server to get Gambit right on the mind in hot pursuit of a reverse sweep. It would have to start here on train, and we have seen a P90 acquired.
Yeah, Axel purchased that, so it could have been a misbuy because now Nafani's wielding it, taking one for the team.
Of course, he's got his wallbang lineups.
Electronic anchoring the inner bomb site. Simple float as the rotator. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Boomich, Perfecto, and Bit as the 3 players towards Yard in these rifle rounds.
Yeah, but whenever you have a map like Train, where on the T side, Hobbit can just go and slowly work his magic on a lurk roll. Like, he's taking his brown holes at his own pace, but he's one of the smartest players we've seen in Gambit. His understanding of the game, what's required of him, when contact is required and when noise is not. So, 60-second mark. We've rotted through just a little bit of the clock.
Perfect time smoke here if Perfecto wants to drop it now. He's just on the jiggle.
Yeah.
Ivy presence.
Might get ahead of that. Yeah, Inters can completely nullify that smoke. The nade will chip away at him, and expecting the swing. Bit's taken down Ivy, and here comes the P90 flying up the ladder. It has drawn blood. Hobbit's caught one, but these pistols are still quite pesky. Bit's recovered that Galil from Ivy, and now from behind, Electronic, no. So many opportunities. All of them squandered. Bit doesn't have the health for this, and Shiro will remove what little remained. Oof. There you go.
Handle from Gambit. That looked really, really dicey for a moment. That smoke getting dropped, the double nades in towards T-connector. That was looking really good for Navi for a moment, and then there was a second wind as Electronic had an opportunity coming late through Pop Dog. But just dealing with this one, and there you have it. Shiro closes things down, and they need to get fired up for this one. Nafani Might not have a voice left after today if he continues like that.
Yeah, it's like he's doing like a Wolverine impression or something.
A little bit of chip damage there with those nades. Nothing to get too excited about. And Shiro's just going to pedal forward. Nafany's already done some damage and the dominoes fall one after the other. That's a bit flicky.
Yeah. He's got the sense for this. Nice shooting from Shiro. It's only against the eco, but keeping it tidy. That was compulsory in their campaign here on the T side. Not going to clear out Perfecto just yet. Oh, we're knife buddies. I got that one.
Interesting to see, right? We'll keep monitoring. Obviously, it's going to depend on how the rounds go for Gambit, right? You can't be yelling too much if you're losing, right? But that's one of the traps that teams can fall into. I wouldn't say Gambit are a momentum-based team, but use the Brazilians as an example. I don't mean the legendary crew, maybe more like KNG's mob, right? You look at those teams, and when they're getting fired up and they're riding that momentum and everything's hype, it's really great to ride those highs, but there's also the opposite of that, which is the lows. Now, if the team feels like there's some intensity missing, Nafany can try and bring it. But if they're still getting blanked, if they're still losing sprees of rounds, things are falling apart, then that excitement, it can only take you so far. The players in the server need to be feeling it themselves. And now we've, well, swept the first 3 to one side. Gambit sitting pretty, but Navi will finally get a chance to respond here with the rifles. Simple into the AWP, of course. Bit into an AUG. Perfecto always seems to do that dirty job. He gets the kit, the full bag of utility, and a FAMAS. So here we go. We're about to see what Navi have in store for this CT side. The util being lined up here.
3. They're trying to get Exile out, maybe. Oh, down the pop dog. Boomich nearly takes them both. Yeah, get out of dodge, Hobbit. You are a scrap of health away from a 4v3 advantage for the boys of Navi. Main re-smoked. Couple of questions for Navi to answer around these smokes. Simple's been summoned.
Interesting 2-2 split here. This puts a lot of pressure on Perfecto's up in sandwich. He's going to call out that molly. Looks like Hobbit's going to hightail it out of there. And is it low ramp or high ramp where Gambit want to look for contact? Either way, they have to get past the 2 big men of Navi.
Does a single flash pull Simple off the line? The answer is no. And there's a dry peek. Axile's met the AWP. Electronic readies himself for the cross to sight. And enters. Still traded, but found at least one of those B defenders. 30-second mark. Don't forget, Hobbit really has been taken out of this round by that dink from Boomich.
They fully rotated. The bomb can still go back out pop here.
Yeah, but Perfecto is already thinking about that, and headshot angle cleared. Hobbit's made it to the bomb train. At 20 seconds, just by cutting this noise, look what it's pulled. The CT's out. Hobbit trying to be the worm. And he does peek into Bit, does some damage. Shiro, 10 seconds. That bomb plant is just not going to happen at this rate. And Perfecto's there. Potential knife denied. Navi respond. First weapon round and the first on the board.
Yeah, great stuff there. I think having Boomich activated up close pop, that's going to be an interesting battle between him and Nafany. We've seen Nafany go toe-to-toe with some big names over towards this pop dog position, and he only had a Mach 10 in a round like this. Great movement there from Hobbit down the ladder. And yeah, not working with a lot of util. One of the opening smokes from Gambit in that round on the map overview was in the middle of nowhere, so maybe one not landing exactly where they needed to, but let's see. Do they rinse and repeat here?
Oh, he's out. He's going straight out and tucked into Wolof. Ahead of the sandwich fight, Perfecto will clear it. No one down just yet. More utility exchange, and on the way out, Boomich stamps his ticket. They're trying to rejig now. Happy to play the 4v4 out and even exchange the loss of Simple for Nafany in this voodoo ritual of round 5.
Lots of movement now from this Navi CT side defense. They're actually turtling up around this E-box area. Kind of giving up Ivy, as it were. Bits having to go on over towards the B bomb side to help on Electronic, and now real problems for Navi. They lose one more of these pins without getting a kill towards Yard, and Gambit might bounce back with a rifle round of their own.
Yet to reload as well, so Boomich will have to be very precise. 18 in the mag.
Such an awkward position that Navi are in right now. They have no info, and they're just hedging.
Distance himself, and fresh load of bullets does start to hail onto Gambit. Hobbit just caught on that blue train elevation. Smoking the backtrack side, Axar's going to walk straight into Perfecto, and Axar does what Axar does best. That bomb plant likely to be contested, whether it's Pop Dog or here on the boost. Boomich a third. Great shot out of him, and there's more to come. Oh my god, he could ace them. Boomich, 4 frags. He came into this round with 1. He leaves with 5. Magnificent shooting from the CT in-game leader, and now Gambit are going to be shaken.
Yeah, down to Squalor here. That was really, really good stuff from Boomich. Look, he didn't... Boomich in the past, when we've watched him play, everybody at home, if you're a Navi fan, you've been watching for the better part of a year now, you know us talking about Boomich at Sandbags on Inferno, right? You'll have heard that story. Think about how mobile he wasn't around like this and how integral his kills were. Staying dynamic, really thorn in the side right there of Gambit, and now it will just be a Deagle for Inters, a P250 for Axar, Glocks for the rest. And what should be Navi's third. Silent as they like. Creeping over towards this B bomb site.
You'd love a plan. You'd absolutely murder for a plan.
It seems so scary to have Electronic as the anchor and then Simple as the rotation. Like that, as a duo, doesn't feel like you get past it easy. There's the first.
And the bomb's across. Good luck. Axel has to bodyguard, and the bomb does go down. Okay.
Success.
Mission complete. 3-3.
Yeah, and a quick one there as well. So Gambit not waiting for that utility. They're just going to go for more of an explosive maneuver. That's 4 kills for Electronic, and yeah, we're all tied up.
An extra $800 for any of our uninitiated. Distributed for getting that bomb down in a round loss.
No panic here, right? Just able to mop up the mess. You knew you were going up against some version of a buy in the next round. It is going to be bolstered. Get full util out on everybody for Gambit. Shiro even head armor and the AWP. So round number 7.
Here we go. So far, not many complaints from their hold of Ivy. And ooh, Electronics up to some funky move here. Hobbit may not be ready. They do flash him. Oh, he's lost him in the smoke. The spray does connect, and Hobbit has found them first blood.
Felt like he got lucky to get away with that one right there. Pressure getting turned up here. All 4 members of Navi still over towards Yard.
You want to take space. That CT flash indicates they want main. He's got a re-smoke, and that will deny Inters.
Might be a bit of a gap in that.
It's a bit of a gap indeed. He won't be able to confirm there's no presence, but at least feeling like he's doing something with his 15.
Still haven't rotated B.
Yeah, well, Hobbit hasn't even walked in. Didn't take any of those risks that were available to him.
Really big gamble here from Navi.
It's the right call. Boomich is in main. Flash from... Okay, this is the play, isn't it? Inters to flash the corner.
He's tucked into the wall. So he also has Simple overseeing business here as well. This is still very strong yard setup right now from Navi.
I really don't fancy Navi's chances against Boomich. And they're going for the Ivy split. Simple is in a responsive position. Now the Ivy util's dropped. He will want to fall away from this. He's even perfectly smoked off the pop at the 30-second mark. Here comes Nafany. Boomich readies himself for action. There it comes. Looks like 2 frags for Navi already and a third put on the board as well. Bit just using that bomb train. Hobbit was smoked off and the tag. Bit lives on. They can't finish the job with the pistol. Shiro again meets his maker in the form of Bit. No time for Hobbit to work any sort of magic here. The bomb disconnected from him. Might have to just hide in plain sight. Gets his Predator armor on.
I can't even, right? Normally, in this kind of situation, you'd expect some presence to start heading over towards that B bomb. So with Electronic going down so early, there was no pressure. They didn't even smoke down the low ramp to make them think that something was coming. It was just get that kill and then wait. And Navi, they don't wince. This is great stuff from Bit. That trade right there is perfect. And you heard in that little piece where we had the interview with the subtitles, all the bits, we were actually diving into the CIS Counter-Strike to hear what they have to say about this Navi roster and talking about Flamey, right? The Bit being the upgrade, just as good individually in terms of the mechanics, but his decision-making, I would say, is leaps and bounds ahead of Flamey's. Flamey's more like an RPK, you know, you wind him up, you put him in a spot, and you hope he gets you a couple. Bits looking like the full package here, and it's still very early days. B's going to be tested again. Do you really want to go into this setup? Electronic and Simple posted up one more time.
Yeah, it is a package deal, isn't it? They're going to give it a go. Electronic could be flashed off, but he's actually playing anti, tucked in now, trying to drop the nade as they advance. Molly to stop the default plant. And losing Simple puts it all onto him. Just the one is all they can report. Favoring Gambit now as they have got the sight. The flames will fade. And quickly losing another. It's Bit again, just taking that first contact. Shiro trying to use that smoke to his advantage, but he walks straight into the Perfecto spray. Enters the secret weapon. Gonna have to do something here alongside Axile. They are both contesting from one low, one high. Bit can take that duel, it favors that Org. How quick will Axile adjust? Quick enough. Inters can flank it. Timing is everything. Backs are turned, and Perfecto just can't check his corners. Just Boomich, and they do take the contact as he drops the smoke. A close call, but 4-4. Gambit, successful take of the inner sight.
Great round, and in both of these last two, Simple's almost been a non-factor, right? He's just the one who's immediately dead as they take space, so he gets decked. Electronic does his absolute best to try and mop this one up, but these kills through the smoke, like this one right here, Perfecto just lobbing a couple bullets in.
It was perfect. The first bullet he fired was on the mark.
Yeah,
on the money.
The one that they found onto Hobbit as well, not quite sure exactly where he did go down, but all in all, the fact that they got those two were a bit of a godsend here. Navi, timeout taken first here in map number 3, and this is the most back and forth some of these first halves have felt so far in this best of 5. Coach Cam again. Blade still just looking chill. Almost looks like he's kicking back. We can see his mouth today, so we know it's moving. Navi buy again. They have everything they need. Kits, util, AWP for Simple. What's Gambit got in store for round number 9? Hit from Shiro, and Simple's down again. Just the simple flash from Inters, and bang. 4v5 out the gates one more time.
Oh, that's a dream on the Gambit shopping list. Boomich could be faced by their totem drop. But again, this dynamic CT setup just constantly partnering up, clearing close walk-ups. This time Ivy called clear. No one is home. Looks like it could be a smoke exec. There's so many gathered towards spawn.
It'd be wild if they go into the stack again, Gambit.
B-site is completely clear. Wide open for business. As I say that, two members of Navi realize the same. Bit, however, getting contact and taking down Inters. 5th death now conceded for him. Top of the scoreboard for Gambit, so it's a big blow to throw.
The Perfecto AWP.
They're closing gaps. Yeah, and a team flash as well, just making his life harder. They're closing a lot of room. Contact found. He wasn't far off. Could have been the collab. Now Bit dicing with that Mag-10. Going down. Electronic is ahead of the lines, though. Shiro was not ready for that. He can come alive here for the clutch. Axile's low. Nade puts Hobbit in the same state. And already losing another body. Double smoke! It costs him his life. They can hold it. He fakes it, draws Navi into the fight, a one-on-one that certainly does favor Electronic. He dunked him with the nade earlier, and now he's holding it. Hobbit needs to call the bluff. The spray's a bit late, and there comes the ninja right under his nose. Hobbit has it stolen from him.
This is what we're talking about, the close affairs here, the back and forth nature of these rounds. We're getting into sights, we're getting the multi-frags.
This was the opener, though. I mean, you said Simple was a non-factor. That was a Shiro factor.
That was a really quick shot on the replay. Makes it look much faster than it was.
But you can see, like, look at that crosshair line. He was looking for the one-way over the smoke, and you can understand why. It'd be a nasty death to concede, but pros don't fake. Heard it here first.
Back towards B very quickly. 4 of them fast. Axile just selling a bit of a fake out here.
Yeah, but Electronic thinks better of the incendiary. Now they can walk through, they can walk in. He's blind. So much space now for Gambit. Simple does catch one. Bomb not down. Util being dumped to try and give a bit of area to play around, and play they will. 2 more Navi members are down. It looks like Perfecto's just going to try and keep hold of that AWP. He's scarpering off to the safety of the pigeons.
Hunt's coming as well, though. Axile already starting to have a look on in here. His aim at this range. Oh,
He's got the magnifier specs on.
Yeah, they're tightening this one here. There's no way out of Ivy.
Ooh, Bit does bail them out.
That's a huge shot for Bit to make the Famous from there.
Yeah, and an A cave perhaps to be retrieved as well.
Even an avenue to help them get on out. They'll drop the smoke. They'll try and pick this up. Perfecto, you have to be good with this AWP right now. Simple wants it, and he needs it in that next round.
Oh, backs are turned. He even spots Perfecto. He's not going to be able to keep hold of this AWP unless he defends his honor. Navi takes it all away from them. And that's a big win. That's a win within the win.
Yeah, and now for Navi, look at where the money's at for both teams. It's like you're sitting in the position right here, right now, where they're operating with very little, no saved guns. It can't be like the tail end of Dust 2. The tail end of Dust 2, save, save, save. You can get that loss bonus starting to build. Here, it has been much more of a back and forth affair. And it will just be pistols. They have to go for the force buy with where the money situation is at. They need to make the most of this one here, or Gambit are going to extend that lead to 7-5.
Well, we saw that Navi heroic game. There was an abundance of success with armored sidearms. All it takes is one of the traps to be sprung. One trap now established is main. Lots of flashes. They made no secret of their campaign towards Ivy, and it's a hard hold for poor Bit working with that Desert Eagle.
So they're hoping for another yard play here. They've just left Simple over towards B on the bomb train, and this could fall apart very quickly for Navi. It just takes one piece of this puzzle to go down towards yard, and then everybody will just have their head on a swivel getting peeked from everywhere. That's not the case. As Gambit are regathering right now, just as silent as you like. Back up through the box holes towards where Simple resides. He should be overwhelmed by utility here, and the rotation is getting further and further away. Nafany and Hobbit are just walking
This is an off angle, I reckon. Not for Nafany, finds it too easy. And as Simple slumps into the ragdoll off the site. Electronics flash for his fight. Nothing found on the oil position. It's Nafany with his second, and Navi's force. I mean, this is one of those even worse situations. I mean, you'd love a frag, you'd love a little AK-47 gift for the following, but pursuit of that doesn't seem like there's many options.
No, I think this here, if they can hold on to their pistol upgrade right now, that'd be the best they can bargain with in a round like this.
Gross.
1900 in the next round, meaning it will have to be that save. And this is what I'm talking about. Gambit should be netting up 7 here on that first half, so... Oof.
I mean, this is just...
Sweet.
This is a... Shut your mouth. This is a good taste of what happens when Gambit win the pistol and convert. It feels a lovely little pillow and cushion of rounds now. They got 3, don't forget, off the break of that pistol. So now they're seeing gun round success. This is going to be a very potent T-half. As you discussed, 7 likely. The rest up to Navi.
And if they can keep this next round of play clean, they're going to have almost enough money to see them through for the remainder of this half with guns. So a lot riding on this one for Gambit. Navi, on the other side of things, you kind of just have to sit in this horrible position, right? You're almost... You know that now they're going to have an extended lead here in this half, and for you to bounce back will be 3 on the trot to close things out. That's just to get an 8-7, which for Train...
I also will remind you, Chad, of your very own statement regarding this unknown entity of Navi's Train with Bit in the roster. That T side is where I imagine we might feel a little bit more of that wrath.
Yeah, really, really uncertain what we're going to see here on this T half. The CT side, pretty standard stuff.
Simple's been kept neutral as well.
Ouch. Lurk smoke on towards Ivy. This is what does feel like a matter of time round.
Yeah, but as soon as you say that, Chad, someone gets up to some hijinks, maybe a bit ladder play to tickle my pickle.
No.
Hobbit is one of those. You know, we've got a long list of pop dog nerds. Hobbit's up there. We saw that little strafe off the ladder earlier. He knows the barrel baits, the circle strafes, the toes.
It's crazy when you focus in on just these key areas on the map, how like nerdy these positions have been. But Navi have rotated 2 players over
3
towards the site.
In total, Simple does have his trusty Desert Eagle. It's actually only a P250 and nearly cratered on the way down. Great recovery from Gambit. Threatening with those pistols. You can see damage was inflicted, just couldn't quite convert them now. It's more a case of Bit and Boomich. Let's see what you got, BB. Look at this line of them. Gambit all just having a party, acting like the round is won. As it is.
Getting a move on towards CT spawn here, so Axel is the only one going to be hanging around for a chance for a kill or two. Boomich a bit, nothing for their troubles, but finances will finally be restored to a semi-respectable level. It's still not going to look great for Navi.
Oh, what a shot. Back of the head, long, long range. Boomich gets nothing. Either way, Gambit extend their lead. 7 on the T side of Train as this reverse sweep would need to see a large haul out of Gambit.
I really think they're on, if they win this round right here, they're on for a 10-5 first half. There's not going to be an AWP in play for Navi in a round like this.
Yeah, and they've got like, oodles of cash as well to fall back on. Could be leaving with the whole pick and mix shop.
I'm not quite sure how Navi are going to contend with this. Gambit should be able to have their way with them. It's not really enough of a presence here across the map. Perfecto operating with MP9 needs to make this one work.
Yeah, and Nintas is very quick on the draw, it seems. More contact for Boomich. He's on that E-box. It's a very exposed position. He's dropped the smoke main to enable a bit more options for this fight on Pop. Oh, no, they know. Navi's being walked in on and doesn't get to see his enemy before it strikes. Boomich makes it 4 on 4 and working now with the AK, but as it fades, nutmeg by Inters. So many players from Gambit in that main position. Bit on Sandwich. He is hot property. They want him bad. Molyam out of position. Shiro has an opportunity that he does not let get away. Hobbit taking some real space. Just as all of that action's unfolding towards A, Hobbit can just W through B. Nothing to report in Pop. Axel with the bomb above, so Simple can still play spoiler to an extent here. Electronic through the backtracks. Hobbit has got everything covered. And I'm not even sure if Electronic's going to account for all of this. Can you really expect him to? He knows it's all possible. They haven't had anyone here. Oh, great find! He's beating him to the punch. And now, just by existing, just by surviving, he's delayed it a little bit. The nade on towards the Inter's peak. It's a little short of the mark. The flank coming in again from Simple. Inters hasn't considered this. He's there. Ooh, a chance. Simple takes him, and Axel caught from the flank as well.
Have to sit it. Chiro.
Where is he? From the Z. They have faked it out. So an opportunity presents itself. This was supposed to be Navi's round, and Electronic ensures it is. Right down to the 1v1.
I have no idea how Navi win that. Well, I do. We just saw it unfold, but it really should never have happened in that way. Crazy round to pick up here. Almost a bit of a gift for Navi, and they're going to secure that. Shiro's too far away. He has to take that fight. You have to assume that the bomb is being sat. If he doesn't run all the way in, he's not going to win that round. So Electronic aware of that, gets a big kill. Navi's money's still extremely fragile. And Inters did a lot of work here. This second kill onto Boomich, easy as you like. And it just felt like this one should have been done. Look how good these shots are. All it takes, Simple, finding a timing, finding some impact. Navi finding their 6th. The AWP will be back out for both Shiro and Simple. Nafany out main, very fast.
Super What is that from a spray? Nafany takes the head off a bit, and he's not done yet. Perfecto's added to the naughty list. Boomich close only for a moment. Now Simple does have to be the hero. Already 2 to his name, a 3rd no-scope, too tall of an order. They're running out of options. Electronic did so much for Navi in the 13th. Now it's a 1v3 in the 14th, and the bomb's already going down. Axel's caught him on the peak. And an 8th for Gambit. They respond immediately to Navi posting another CT round. Look what it's done to them. Right back to the pits of despair. Last round of the half. It will be an armored Deagles, and Gambit just swelling with cash.
Yeah, Navi can't really get anything stabilized.
Let's see that again.
This is wild.
Eesh.
He's not stopping for anybody there. Even catches the Pop player blind, but did you see that? He noted and just kept on pushing. He didn't even worry about taking that fight.
He knew Axel would be doing what he didn't. Nafany with the opener, Axel with the close. Here we go. Oh, the same fight. This time Hobbit using that spawn and gets away with murder. The Scout, not the perfect weapon for that job. Electronic is going to have to take some initiative and space here, and he's already got a good advantage. Nafany in that pop dog position. confirms 2 players are out on that A site. Using that smoke to get out, and Simple's looking a bit flustered here. The chances really dwindling now.
Oh.
Hello? Blocking each other, but Nafni solves the puzzle. And now it's Bit. So many targets, good chance though. It's 1v1s and it's nearly 3. That Deagle, just a goddamn axe, chopping away at the competition. Simple was so low from that barrage of nades. The read of the game, just to tuck in on Nafni's info jiggle. He's actually got info on 2 of them now. He knows there's 1 green, 1 pop, and just like that, 9 is found. All right, solid haul on the half. Gambit looking to make a grand final out of this. We'll be right back with your second half of our 3rd map.
Хоббит.
Алфа до плента. Он слева где-то. Зик. Думаю, что ты дефишь.
Найс! Хорош.
Я АВП за собакой.
Сыра без АВП был. Красный.
Nine to 6, the scoreline favoring Gambit as they try and turn things around and start the long, arduous task of a reverse sweep at a best-of-5 grand final. Hobbit's already had enough. He thought it was only 3 today. But either way, we are getting into our second half. Will this be the final half? Navi certainly do have their fate in their hands. They could close it out and lift the trophy for the first time. 8 DreamHack Masters they have attended. Not a single trophy in the cabinet, despite 2 finals within that. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Chad Sponge Birchall, and it is going to be 4 sets of Kev, Cheeky Smoke and Kit for Inters, and it is Navi's turn to bring the fight to Gambit.
1xBet odds still favouring Navi there, makes sense. 2 up in the series. Hobbit going to clear off in towards Boxhalls here. A little bit of a jumpy jiggle. Sees nothing, but there is traction coming in the form of Perfecto and Boomich just around the corner. they just push Shiro back off that Ivy line with one simple HE from Electronic. Rotation will be coming on over.
There's so much thinking to be done now. Every call you hear, you just have to piece together what the potential time that's passed could have cost you. Electronic with a very off angle just to contain that main push. And Hobbits actually wants to dip back in here.
Might find a timing.
Yeah, nearly did. Just a warning shot fired off towards Boomich. Nafany's got ahead of this. He's very brave, and that's a goosh. Ooh, he gets away, slips away into the site, and will be hard to recover now. That could have been the leg up that Navi needed for this T-pistol. So they've been hanging around. Simple spent his entire pistol here. I wonder whether it's all for naught. Starting his advance now to be cleared. Enters. Oh, and he needed the clean head, and he has found it. Smoked off on Green Train's side. They look like they want to hit inner. Now, Hobbit, don't forget, was very aggressive at times. He's now right at the back. The USP, perfect range for it to work its magic. Shiro's been forced off the line, and now they've got the site. Slow reaction out of Gambit.
Oh
my God, Shiro loses all of his health. Working with just 2. It's Axel now, however, with a headshot. These Glocks are struggling. Picked apart at. That's the precision we want to see. Glock's taking long range fights. It does not work well. Poor Bit, just still on the default plant. He's got 4 bloody targets pushing in from every angle, every jiggle a threat, but so is he. And now with Electronic, they're hitting the shot. The time favors Electronic. If he could just stop that defuse, Kit's been picked up. If he can find Hobbit, he wins the round. Back of the head, it's a slippery target! Oh no, bullets! Gambit take the pistol!
Oh, whoa, no. Right there, that was Electronics to win. Absolutely insane scenes. Gambit snatch it right under his bloody nose.
I need to see that again in slow-mo, dude. It's the back of the head. It's so pesky. Is he spamming crouch? No, he's just sitting it like a brave man. Stands up, crouching as best he can. He's got his legs are in jelly at that point.
Oh.
Look at this. I mean, he isolated the angle so well. Like, it was really hard for who's it, Nafany to help?
Yeah, Nafany was so low as well.
Oh, I'm already into it. Sorry, we were oozing over that one. It's already a very aggressive Electronic push. Look at him go.
Needs to find something, though. He's already low.
Yeah, Nafany on E-Box. Caught out by Boomich. Navi have turned up the speed here. Speed, violence, momentum, and just a little bit of disrespect thrown in there. Bomb's already going down. Shiro blinked and he's wondering where it all went wrong. A 2 versus 4 established right out of the gates. This is better. They are low, super vulnerable, but just that's unconfirmed damage. At least the majority of it. And they're all playing from this Green Train side. There's just no way in for these Gambit CTs.
I don't know if a miracle can strike twice, especially in consecutive rounds here. So Hobbit and Shiro look like they're thinking better at this, and they've completely lost track of the Navi players.
It is nice to see Navi going for these Aggie calls, though.
Yeah, well, that was a quick response, right? Because I feel like they think they should have won that round. The frustration that you saw in Electronic's face, that has just manifested in this round. That was in-your-face CS.
It was working for Gambit as well at times. We saw a lot of their T success starting with that early contact of either connector, that E-box cross, or even the push sandwich. So Electronic just charges beelines to the bomb.
This could work out better for Navi if they can convert here. If they're able to take this round away from Gambit, who will definitely force by behind these saved guns, this is Navi's chance to almost level the playing field and maybe find themselves sitting at 10-10. AKs are out. The FAMAS has carried through. Mac-10 on the deck as well, but Gambit in response. They've been able to cobble together a couple of Deagles, the Snapping Turtle, 4 Inters. And if Navi opt for a slower pace play here, Gambit can really start to turn the screws, some of their aggressive CT maneuvers. Perfecto's out.
He's been kept very quiet, very honest by Gambit so far, but now he can forge a path of his own. Already up sandwich, swinging into a scout of all things, so he won't be tagged by that warning shot. And it's Hobbit to catch the first. Quick exchange, so much chaos for Navi here on the site. They've managed to get the smokes down and get the bomb as well as the frags required. No resistance. Shiro's on green. Nafany tries his luck. Meets Simple with the AK, and yeah, Shiro's got nothing left to contribute either. This could tie things right up. Exile. Ooh, very quick to the draw on Simple, but good luck, have fun. Double peek, double troubled. Couldn't quite put it onto Boomich. And swung on to finish. All right, catch my breath. as well as Navi catching theirs. This is better than winning the pistol, were the words of Chad Sponge-Birch, and you can see why. Look at the right-hand side of your screen. Gambit winning the pistol, and now not really feeling like much of a winner.
No, this is going to have to be a save from them. So Navi's chance to get to 9, just 1 round away here from tying her up. So close, and this one had a few sketchy moments as well. It wasn't like that was the easiest round in the world.
The world #1, though, definitely on the back foot now.
Stacking yard, Hobbit with 1 flash, so just waiting for the perfect time to pounce for that, but going to circumvent them here. Navi just straight over towards this B bomb site. Electronic charging on down, Perfecto overseeing, and that MAC-10 is going to be very, very up close and personal towards this connector rotation.
I'm going to try and do some quick maths here, Chad.
Okay, best of luck.
Thank you. $600 kill reward for that SMG.
Is that the maths you were doing?
No, shut up. I was expecting him to kill 5 of them. I was doing my 6 times table in my head. I was like 6, 12, 18. You thought I was sitting there with my fingers
I was
going,
like, what's he doing? I was like, if it's silent, is it going to make the maths easier or is it going to make it harder? No. Is there more pressure?
No, I was expecting them to be running into electronic MAC-10. We didn't get what we desired. Neither did Gambit here on the USPs, as there we go. Nothing to be scavenged away despite their attempts.
This is great for Navi. Look at their money right now. With the scoreline 10-9 in favor of Gambit, the money for Navi, the low end, is Electronic with 3.9, and he upgraded away from a MAC-10 with a rebuy. So there's plenty of cash right now. If Navi can win this one, I don't want to tell you what happens from this point forward.
Is this going to be, like, you can't keep throwing some speed at Gambit. It's been working well. The spawns aren't there this time. Expect a different look. Looks like some early util to be deployed. A whole lot of it. Electronic wounded, does get away. A second chance at life. That's a perfect Molotov from them. They can't stay and pop with that.
Actually, it was a perfect Molotov.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. It broke the glass and it just perfectly spread. I think the glass popped it above, like the perfect spread.
It looked like it covered everything.
It did.
Beautiful stuff here. This is what we like to see out of Gambit as they've manufactured some main control.
I'll take this, a screenshot of this for why I struggle on Counter-Strike T sides.
Yeah, right. Well, look how they don't have anything to work with, right? This is the issue that a lot of people have, right? Is that you have to now get into these fights, and none of them look favorable right now.
Yeah, you just feel like I mean, every fight could be Shiro. There, you have found the gap. I'll be honest, Inter's probably your best bet. Completely concede control, and he has. That's
Look at this
4
setup.
Gambit members on B.
This is insane.
Where have they got this info from? Is it Axel's main hold?
Yeah, they're just gambling here on the fact it might be a B hit because of all this info.
He's looking for answers. He's going to get way more than he bargained for. Actually takes down Boomich. Here we are. Issue for Navi. Don't forget, Electronic tried his luck out main, did catch a tag on the way in. So he's got a bit of a limp about him. And now with backs turned, another frag provided. Inters delivers. And Axel can perhaps catch Bit in that pop dog position. Very sharp find from the M4.
There's no utility for this retake. No kit either.
2 of them have to come down pop, dude. They haven't got time to walk all the way to main.
Totem drop?
Yeah. And he can't find anything. Great play from Gambit. 2 remain for Navi. Bomb ticking. Simple. Multiple angles to be responsible for. He looked away from Shiro, and he strikes, saving the hide of Inters as well. No, it's Nafany that's pushing in instead. He's holding it. The contest from Electronics just not coming through. He's trying to call the bluff. They're going for a 10-seconder here. If Shiro... Oh, he knocked him off!
He's done it!
He just wins the round right here and now! Electronic in the last second. Shiro so lackadaisical. Just moving around. Felt like the round was theirs. Electronic silent. Doesn't make a peep. Counts to 9 in his head. Good grief. I thought he was letting that one slip away. The 10-second ninja, and it nearly happens. Let's see this one again. Like, Bit, great shots. They totem drop. I thought at this point, like, Bit was their prize pig. From Pop, you can perfectly defend that bomb.
I can't believe this.
Look at the defuse time.
I
round
can't
winning.
believe that. He's called the bluff on the first. He's gone, okay, well, if you have a kit, you've won the round. You can have it. That's it. You've outdone me there. But if you don't...
I win the round.
I win the round,
Yeah.
and he does in a massive way. Electronic, that is mental.
Completely caught me off guard.
He took all that damage at the start of the round when he leered out mid, and he secures it like that. Insane.
Grand finals, baby. Now look what it's done to Gambit. Saved rifles, sure, but this is where Navi cannot afford a cock-up.
No slip-ups here.
This was a stacked tournament. Premium form out of Gambit and Heroic. And the conversation right now is Gambit and Heroic. To have walked through both of them to take a trophy, there's no bigger achievement in 2021 right now.
There's no argument.
Navi are here and they are looking fierce.
I feel we do this once a year. We see Navi ascend to these kind of heights. We get excited. I hope this is the Navi we get to see going forward for the rest of 2021.
I hope this is the Navi that has a very real shot at giving Simple the trophy at the major that he deserves. Not a single major trophy in the cabinet of the world's best player. A generational talent such as Simple, and now Shiro kicking up a fuss. Found though by Perfecto. It's Hobbit that keeps things level. Gambit are making a round out of this. Threatening always. Nafany's got a flank.
No
Bit's
one's
not looking. He does check it though. Bit so alert. Quick glance. And it puts Navi's 11th on the board as well. Let's recap how that went down.
Oh, boy. We have really, really gotten stuck into this second half. Gambit again with a pistol victory, losing to the force spy, and it's just a spree of rounds. And you know that situation Navi found themselves in the first half where the finances didn't always feel like they're there? Gambit are going to find themselves in that position very, very soon.
Well, that synchronizes perfectly with a timeout. Konstantin on the mic. A real esports veteran. He was doing Gambit things when Alex Itch was playing for the League of Legends team.
Oh, wow.
You remember that?
Yeah. That is, what was that? That's like 2013.
Dude, who was it? Diamond Prox with his jungling? That was back when I was a different human being.
It doesn't feel like a lifetime ago, but at this point
Darian in the top lane. We've got a League of Legends nerd on the production.
Bit of a crossover there,
Yeah.
huh? Okay.
Either way, let's get this one going.
Okay. Well, Gambit, it was a competitive round in the last just with the save rifles. Now they get the buy again, but they're not going to get too many more of these here. Everything looking good. Diffuse kit this time round for Naf, and he won't be forgetting that one. Smokes over towards Yard. 5 and E-Box. Gonna hit the deck any second. Utility in exchange from Gambit to slow this one down, but Perfecto's ahead.
Oh, just as the smoke pops. This is a really nice gap. I don't think Axel is accounting for this. Oh, he's clearing him. Perfecto finds it though, and that's a double entry now for Navi. What's Shiro supposed to do? A missed shot. Nafany not. Does take Boomich out of the equation, but what is happening to poor Shiro? Simple's to peek off the flash. Has to tuck in. They're isolating him completely. A Hail Mary. No scope. How is he still alive? He gets away with something, perhaps enough. Barrel. He knows where they both are. Hobbit looking to come up clutch now, looking for the equalizer. Simple, he has been spotted. A slight advantage. He peeks into the AWP. Hobbit keeps Gambit's dreams of a grand final under wraps.
Oh, Jesus, Hobbit. Just cool as a cucumber. Spots the barrel, doesn't flub the moment, and secures another key round for his team.
I mean, to be peeking into Simple, it's so easy to overthink it. It's so easy. What's Simple looking at? He's even looking at him, right? Yeah.
Oh.
Wide peek, hits his crouch key, 100% accuracy, and that crosshair's bang on.
Huge stuff from Hobbit. That one took me by surprise. I can't believe they just converted that. Navi, that was great. You can see how they get out of main. Perfecto's standing there. There's a molly behind him. Because Gambit are throwing a deep molly into main, he's able just to walk on out on that timing, and that looked like it should have been enough.
And as soon as he hears E-Box bloom, that's as he maneuvers in. You could see that tiny timing. He actually got Axel from it.
Yeah.
Because Axel's not even up the ladder in time. It's the perfect play. And that was a double entry that Gambit managed to claw back. You've been talking about the finances. I'm afraid it's still a conversation for Gambit. It's not pretty. Far from it. But that is a kick in the crotch for Navi.
Yeah. That was them setting themselves up to close this out.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be a tussle. Now it's going to be a bit more of a struggle. They still were in a position to break Gambit here. Util being lined up again, lobbed on over one more time, but will we see a change up of play? Bits out this time.
Go on, my son. Flashed blind as a bat, tucked in. No follow-up incendiary. Nade short as well, and oh dear, sitting duck was Axile now. The double trade return. Man advantage. Boomich trying to fill the shoes of his fallen comrade here. Oh, and this is prime. This is AKV Famas here. Intis does go for a very wide swing. Boomich doing a lot for Navi here. Denies it the info with that smoke, anticipating that pesky UMP to still be up close.
Perfecto might walk through this, you know. Oh, he's using it to go backtracks. He's just facilitated this, and he's found another. Shiro's down.
Yeah, and he's going to finally be met by Nafany. But Perfecto, this is an element of surprise. Nafany was just not accounting for it.
Top it again.
You can't back-to-back 1v2 in a grand final, can you? He's got Flashbang, cheeky incendiary. Simple is biding his time. I think this hesitance could come back to haunt him, you know.
Hobbit's coming. Hobbit's coming.
Oh, those sound cues, dude. Oh, such a graceful
Simple's
descent.
not looking.
Simple's not looking, and Hobbit's on to his usual antics. A real chance. Perfecto denies. Saving Navi. A lot of impact frags in that 8. And a tactical crouch for good measure.
Jeez, another one that almost slips away there, Hobbit.
He is
Imagine
always.
back to back.
But he's doing the stylish ladder stall, dude. Doesn't make a peep. Quickest way to find the flank.
Boomich was huge in this round. That one there onto Shiro was masterful. He even set Perfecto up to get out here into the backline with his smoke. So great work from the in-game leader. And the thought process behind a lot of Navi's plays and peaks here. Simple getting fired up. Perfecto.
He wants this.
He closed that one down.
He wants this trophy. DreamHack Masters 10th edition. Means an awful lot to both the teams involved. Nafany, he just walks through a carpet of flame and leaves with 92 HP. The indomitable man. No one can touch him. Even the wallbang does nothing. Now, Electronic, what are you up to? He's just gone and taken an Ivy fight completely on his own, completely dry, and seized a man advantage, but they're hitting towards Hobbit. You can't push Hobbit. He'll always leave with at least a frag. Shiro trying to punish with that scout.
Bomb's going to go down here. Bits at the train. Simple's overseeing business here from the back of the low ramp, and Axel and Nafany are stuck.
There is no way in. There's no way in.
Electronic still over towards Ivy. If they wanted to save what they have, which is basically nothing, a UMP, a FAMAS, a scout, this is a budget buy at best.
This is like saving half of your lunchbox-sized crisp packet. There's just no point.
This is... Where are they meant to stand? CT Spawn is probably their best bet. They're all just hanging around in no man's land right here. Axel's locked in pop. He can hear him above him, knows that Electronic was over towards Ivy. The risk on the jump, they will get themselves an AK out of this mess.
I think it's a Galil, unfortunately.
Ah, you're right.
Navi 13. Dude, they are 3 rounds away from the 3-0 against Gambit. I want everyone to let that sink in right now. Just quickly return, if you can, to your expectations when you saw this grand final locked in. When you saw Navi beat Heroic, you had a game in mind. You had a result. You had a good idea as to the form both teams were in. This is not the lay of the land I would have expected as we reach the closing stages of the 3rd map of play.
Oh, not when you consider the blowout of Overpass, the 12-3 first half of Dust 2. Now we finally got this one going in map number 3, and you can see just how closely knit these two teams are. But Navi and Gambit, they've met several times this year. Katowice, Pro League, DreamHack Masters, every single one of those occasions, Gambit have come out on top, and now in the grand final, Navi looking to change that tune. Have found ourselves here just with a quick little technical issue, so shouldn't be too long. Navi, I guess, just really want everybody to stew in those juices.
Oh, it really paints a picture, doesn't it? That
Stewing
sentence.
in your juices, huh?
Wow, now.
You don't like that?
I don't know. The fact that you said it again with such viciousness to it. Stewing in my juices, indeed. Navi have definitely got the juices flowing, and with the 9-6 half converted to a 13-11 scoreline. Looks like they have lost a player, just a technical. Looking to make sure the lay of the land is perfect before we do resume play. It's all part of the process for Gambit as well. I mean, we knew, and they did too, that the way in which their victories were found initially was not going to be something you could just keep replicating, right? I mean, Astralis have told the world about this, of the constant need to reinvent yourself, reinvent the wheel. You've done something that's brilliant, now everyone does something that's brilliant. Now you need to come up with a counter to that brilliance, as well as putting new pages in the strat book.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for these boys going forward, but at the same time, the learning curve of this the fact that they are getting this level of experience, the fact that they're getting to work through all of this right in front of us and still give us some of the best Counter-Strike we have seen since that Astralis era. That's the thing. This Gambit roster, you look at the way that they've been able to approach the game. Last year, ask people who they knew about Gambit. Maybe you get a couple of nods from around the room, but this year, everybody knows the name.
Yeah, they made sure of that. Actions do speak louder than words, and Gambit, world #1 through their actions so far this year. Well, Navi are laying down a response right here, right now, before our very eyes. 2 to the good. 3 rounds separating them from DreamHack Masters champions. They haven't taken a single one of the 10 that have transpired so far in Counter-Strike. Many years of loud Swedish crowds, trips to Vegas. Well, they'll be doing this one in a slightly different environment, but speaking of Vegas, they're just playing with the cards they've been dealt.
All right, we've got everybody back in the server. Consider that everything is now set to get this one back underway for round number 25. And Electronic, as we take a look at the scores on the doors, 26 kills for him.
Oh, it's still not pretty, dude. I think I just kind of zoned out during the tech. And I've just been reminded that Gambit are still working with some nasty weaponry. The FAMAS trying to fight for your honor, trying to fend off 14. Limited in the util department. They do have a priority of incendiaries and smokes, the majority with both. And they look to bring a little bit of a aggress towards this Ivy position. Nafany gobbles up that flashbang and will push ahead of the Flame. Simple can't believe his luck. They knew they'd have to try and force the issue. They're even setting up for the run boost. They'll jump across on the flash. Enters, hoping and praying that somehow a frag is fed to him. Got to keep a cool head on your shoulders when you're hearing so many metal footsteps on Ivy. Electronic's going to clear. Yeah, that's 2 frags. We've seen Gambit overcome a disadvantage like this before, but that's when Hobbit comes up clutch. Can you possibly get it into a state of play that enables this man to come alive once again?
Yeah, this one's going to slow right down here. Navi are clearly in no rush to find these last 3 kills. Bits controlling over towards the box halls. There's no B push, nobody up the ladder. Perfecto doing the same thing, but for main. And well, now the pack with the bomb is able to rotate back. Setting up for a pop flash into main here just to clear out the corners. Not going to be thrown, just going to put their bodies on the line here, so...
They'd rather not.
Interestingly enough, Simple has given Boomich the AWP. They're all on full health.
Hobbit catches that backtrack development.
They rotated B off of that.
They did, and now the site's wide open for business. Axile can play spoiler, and he has! Takes down 2. 18 seconds, and Shiro is on that bomb train now. It is a scout. Don't be lulled into any false sense of security. Hobbit's doing it again. The last is coming in. Is he expecting it? He's not, and Boomich can get that bomb down. Hobbit's going to have it confirmed now. Shiro and Hobbit. Boomich to come up clutch. A flash perhaps for his reposition. He'd love to get back up there. Still going for the fights. One elevated. Shiro's missed his shot as well. Boomich now really under the thumb. Needs one of these 2. Needs one of these 2 right here, right now. They're just grouped up so perfectly. He can't seem to separate them. Would take a Hail Mary, no scope, and Hobbit's got it in the bag. Gambit overcome another double entry from Navi.
Huge stuff. 3v5, and they just had to sit there and wait and see that one out, and the time was an issue again. Boomich gets that bomb down. There was no kit in play. Axile the hero this time.
Dude.
Hobbit ends with 3 in that round as well. That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
It's just the most 2 kills. He's the most unassuming superstar we have in Counter-Strike right now.
He's just chilling in pop, just hanging out, having a good time, and gets 2 huge kills that threw this round into absolute disarray. 13 to 12. The buyback for Navi is here, but their finances, well, they're out of money. 2 Galils, 2 AKs, AWP. Either team right now, they lose a round. Well, money is going to be a huge problem going forward.
Really even kill distribution for Gambit now. And that's a very good sign of the times. Not waiting for anyone to show up. The whole squad's here, doing their stretches as they try and put a lid on Navi. Mirage, Inferno. All maps, we know Gambit can be very, very threatening on. A lot more before that conversation returns and baited by the jump. Shiro loses out to Simple again. Axel will have to do a lot here. I don't think he was willing to fight in front of that smoke. Bits even got one in store for us as well from the top of Pop. Do they just go? Wait for it to fade and then just go? There's 3 of them. This side of the map, Electronic catching Inters as he tried to fill the gap. Now he can run rampant. Another double entry frag for Navi. Surely the 3v5 won't come through again. Exile, oh, he nearly got the 2. And that's the end of Navi as well. Navi finally break their silence. It was a short-lived success for the CTs. And they continue their run of the mill. I mean, it's 8 T rounds found for Navi so far. 3 so far posted by the Gambit boys. This is the bait. And switch. Textbook.
Beautiful stuff there. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And Electronic, he just continues to be an absolute force. He's hit the magic mark of 29, just 1 more for that 30. And 2 more rounds for Navi here to secure the map. Look at the buy again from Gambit. We've been talking about the finances throughout these later stages. And again, it's just the pistols, it's just the scout. It's not a full buy.
God, you just have to swallow the bitter pill of 15. I mean, they are going to kick up a fuss. They are going to try and hide it under their tongue. Scout, Eagles. And the first fight goes Perfecto's way 2 to the center of mass, and he leaves with 2 points of health.
Navi coming to fill those very big shoes of Axel, even going to audibly pick up the Deagle there. And now the Perfecto's low, and still no real estate for Navi to work with here. Some questions have to be asked and answered. They are heading back towards Ivy again. It's a pressure point. It has been identified, and Inters, he has support in Nafi here who's floating around. He actually cops that smoke. Setting up for this here. Gambit have a shot as they come out of Ivy. They might be able to contain this push.
Oh, they've just sent 2 more resources into...
Oh, you're right, they have.
So I'm afraid this one will peter out.
Keep finding themselves with these B rotations. Navi never seem to go for it.
It's funny, it's almost as if when they cut noise, in their mind they're visualizing Brown Hall's walks, and in reality it's always Ivy lurks.
Yeah, so much through Ivy this game. Nafany's going to try here. He's grabbed 1, needs a lot more though.
Oh my god, he's got an opportunity. Does take a chunk out of Electronic. Got him down with 10 seconds to spare. Now, I'm never one to write out Gambit, but this sentence looks like it's not got much left.
Exit kills, AK upgrades. That would be great right now if you're Gambit. You already decided when you didn't go all in this round that you were going to play for overtime. So consolation prizes might be worth a little bit more than just that if they can get these AKs.
Yeah. Perfecto is going to have to clear out this radius with 2 HP. Otherwise there's an AWP. Walking straight into Hobbit. Here's the punish. 2 frags and AK delivered right to his doorstep.
Simple's gone down as well.
And he has. That's plenty to be recovered. How many can be?
Okay, an AK and a Scout. The Scout probably not going to be much worth in this one. They should be looking to upgrade into rifles for everybody here.
Well, considering Inters has been having a nightmare on that Ivy, I don't really fancy his chances with the Scout. Yeah, he does take the M4. And Gambit have resided themselves to 3. They have to pursue 3. Navi have 3 opportunities to take it all.
Alex, we have a Mac 10 on Perfecto here. We might just see a B rush or maybe just something fast out of main here. The switch up, it's perfect right now. They've been conditioning Ivy this entire game.
You're
4
right.
players very quick through box holes. If this is the B finish on the rush, this
Here
is
comes
nasty.
Navi ahead of the flames. He's not ready. Inters has still got his knife out. The nade does something, but Perfecto wants everything. 1 body drops. Gambit losing a grand final in a 3-0 fashion, unheard of. We saw it go all the way before. And Navi, with the bomb going down now on this B site, the change up of pace, just as Chad highlighted. It's really leaving a mark. Their chances dwindle now with every passing second. Boomich taking even more space away from them. Util from Nafany gonna have to try and set him up. He's still paranoid about a potential flank. The whole Navi squad is here. And another one comes in. Hobbit trying his luck, and 2 in the feed. A slight glimmer of hope. Smokes and kits on Hobbit. If they could just force Electronic off this, but he says no. And another frag available, closing the gap. Someone needs to be defusing and defusing now. The smoke is there. They're on it. The kit's been recovered. They could actually. No, Navi falls and Navi. That's exactly what they wanted. They'll take it 3-0. A new Navi, no doubt. DreamHack Masters champions.
Navi may have had a turbulent few months on the server, but they've proven today that when they are on form, they are unstoppable. We have seen a team today make a bid to show that they are in the running for being the best team in the world and Simple the best player. And yet, for me, today, Electronic Maniac. He was just the defining factor for this team's victory today.
It was the best reaction we could hope to see from Electronic, and like a sign, you know, he comes in on train and he flies through that map. He finds all these opening kills from Ivy, 30+ kills, making a huge difference. We have Simple. Obviously, he had a monstrous tournament, let's be honest, right? But he was quite on train. They did not need Simple to hard carry them because as a team, and Electronic, as you said, just pushed them over that finish line.
Yanko has frozen. He's that shocked at the victory that he has left the building. Hopefully he's going to rejoin us soon. Yanko, are you with us? He is with us. He's just still trying to work out what has happened. So if you've missed it, Yanko, Navi just won. So let's talk about how they won, because Train looked like it could have been a closer affair. Gambit actually got off to a good start. They won the Pistol Maniac.
Yeah, if you look at the first half, you have the sensation now that's it. Finally, Gambit are finding their groove, right? They're winning these rounds. They have the change of paces that you want to see out of them on their T side. They're playing it slow. They're baiting Boomage into Pop Dog. They're punishing Perfecto out on main. And then suddenly they just hit with the fast shot. You have Navi running out. And these are all the signs I wanted to see from Gambit reacting on Train. But then somehow their defense, what used to be their stronghold on Train, we talk about their defense, it just doesn't hold. You can call it the nerfs, you can call it anything, emotional state or whatever. These clutches, they should have won. Electronic, that 1v3 where he finds the kill 1 second before the bomb is defused. That in itself is the story of the map, right? Tight rounds, a lot of resilience, and maybe experience coming into play.
Yanko.
Yes, I'm here finally.
Welcome back.
It's so working back. Yeah, but just an impressive final from Navi, taking Gambit down, the best team in the world, 3-0, not dropping a single map, and looked convincing throughout the whole grand final, really. All the flaws that we've been pointing out before about them, they managed to turn everything around. Electronic, we mentioned his name time and time again. He steps up massively in the final too, and just a crazy good performance from Navi here.
So Gambit, this isn't the end for them. They've proved themselves to be so consistent. Their third big event final in a row, Maniac. They're just going to learn from this and get stronger.
Yes, learning is the term that we have to bounce on right here, because they have accustomed us in such a short period of time to be that consistent that we somehow expect them to win all the time. It's still a young roster at the very top of Counter-Strike, and they are going to learn from that. Would it be the best of 5 structure that is a little bit unique in Counter-Strike, or just how to never ever have such a slow start again? Because we have to say in that grand final, feels like they started 1 hour and a half after Navi had already started the grand final. If things were to kick things off on Train, we might have a different grand final, but it's not enough. And with If, you can rebuild the world.
And yet Hobbit tried his darndest, Yanko. You see a true leader there. He might not be the in-game leader, but he always leads by example.
Yeah, he had an amazing final yet again, and he always steps up for Gambit in the playoffs, especially in big games, always performs really well. You can see, unfortunately, Shiro at the bottom of that scoreboard. He's the star player of the team, one of the best players in 2021, having an off day, so it's good to know that he's human as well.
Now, while we wait for Simple to join us for a little bit of a chit-chat, can we take a look at round number 20? Because this led to a 2,000 IQ play from Electronic.
Yeah, I mean, we can have a look at this round, and it's going to illustrate, some of the struggle that Gambit were actually having in that second half. We talk about the defense here. Interns is going to get instantly traded. Axile is supposed to be in a perfect position, but look at the timing. Whenever he finally decides to go, Bit just pulls it one between his eyes. Axile had the position to make a huge difference, and then still, they stay alive in the clutch. They do the ass peek down in PubDog 3 versus 2, and now it's Simple and Electronic. He's got way too many angles to find, and it's all on the man we've mentioned in that grand final. The MVP of the grand final just biding his time, waiting, knowing that there is only one way out of that clutch, is to play the time, is to play the percentage, and then with a little bit of luck, he just finds the defuse. And if that's not frustrating enough if you're Gambit, well, I don't know what is.
Yanko, what was your favorite moment from this final?
I think I really liked Navi in this game winning the force buy on T side, right? Because it's all the things that have been going wrong, and in every single department they've just improved so much. Coming out with a really fast strat, just resetting Gambit early on, and that really ruined a lot of momentum for Gambit and really helped Navi close it out on train.
So how do Navi retain this supremacy? How do they maintain this consistency? Because it is a story with Navi. They can get to playoffs, they can get to finals, but sometimes there are some dips in form. They won Blast at the start of the year, and then, yeah, we kind of lost them for a while, Maniac.
You're asking me? I'm just hoping
I'm
that maybe someone behind me might have an answer to that, because that's the answer to the Navi Enigma. How do we have that on a consistent fashion?
Well, we could ask Simple.
Let's do it.
Because I think he's joining us now. I'm waiting for that championship phone to ring. It's fine. He keeps us waiting. He's the best player in the world.
He can.
He's the best player in the world. And also, he did wipe a tear from his eye when they won. So I do think he's probably gathering self a tissue.
Lots
Yanko,
of emotion,
I mean, the same question I asked Maniac. This consistency thing with Navi. How do we see them maintain their place at the top?
That's the million-dollar question for every team out there. But I think it's just sticking to some of the changes that they made, in a sense of they now have the variety on T side. I think that's how you need to keep playing. It's just going to come down to adding a little bit of variety, right? Like, people are going to look at what the things that you've added. They're going to see some of the strats you like to run, and you just need to keep doing what you're doing.
Finally, we have Simple on the line.
Hi, do you hear me?
I do hear you. Simple,
Nice.
we were just saying, it's been a few months of disappointment for Navi, but today, it was a whole new solid performance from you guys. You're back at the top. How does it feel to finally win a DreamHack Masters?
Feels great when the whole team is playing so insane. I hope we'll keep this form for next events. It's good for us. It's great emotions when you're just sitting and watching how your whole teammates destroy them.
Yeah, congrats on the win. Great performance from you guys, the whole tournament, and how much does it mean to you? You touched on it a little bit, but we saw Electronic, in the final, steps up massively. A little bit quiet the whole tournament, not up to his usual standards, but he played really great today.
He just knows that he'll just show up in important moment. He did so great job on T side. It's just I think because of him we won most of the runs because of these entries. But still, the game plan by Boomich and Blade is always insane, and everything was working. I'm just happy and for my team, and I'm sad for haters. Those of the people say that someone is playing bad and he don't understand the problem that he has right now in real life, and because of it he just trying to wake up himself, Feel sad for haters, yeah. Nobody lost motivation, nobody is stopped practicing, Everything is great.
Yeah, everything is great. Your performance was amazing. Congratulations, Simple. I want to talk about Perfecto and Bit, because their evolution lately has been really great to see. Can you put a few words maybe onto how they are improving, how you guys are practicing, helping them to become better?
We just show them some tricks, and we just give them some experience to win in some runs, to choose good angle when they're waiting. I know they're just practicing really hard. They understand that we need to win more under this organization, and I don't know. We're just trying to find a way where we're gonna win every game. That's our main goal.
It's looking so far so good. Talking about younglings and talking about pressure, did you feel at any point in this grand final that Gambit was under pressure playing against you?
I think yes, because maybe they understand that we had more experience in best of 5 final, because we actually lost the last 2 best of 5. One with advantage against Astralis and the other one with leading 2-0 against Vitality. Even if we had a different roster, we still have more experience in this best of 5. And maybe at the end, even if it was 4 or 5 maps, I think we would still win it.
So Simple, how do you keep Navi performing at this level going forwards?
I just tell everyone to practice more, man. There's no way to chill, you know. LAN tournaments will come pretty soon, and we need to be ready for this. We need to have not only like 4 or 5 maps. Maybe we'll start practice 6 or 7, and our main goal, before first LAN event, we should be in best conditions.
You have already qualified for Cologne, Simple. That's a LAN, potentially.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're hoping it will be.
Nice, nice.
How would it feel to be reunited with your teammates on LAN?
It feels great. We actually had bootcamp before this event, and it's on bootcamp there's much more work. You see eyes of each other, and you understand when some players are focused or some players are chill, and you always... It's not like in front of screen when you don't understand what your teammate feel. Even when I start arguing with someone, I want to see him, how he gonna react or how he feel, you know, like I look at his face and I understand that he needs some help or he needs some boost of confidence, and that's what we have on boot camps and at LANs as well.
Simple, you clearly trust your teammates. Was there ever a point during the hard times of the past year that you did lose confidence in the team?
Yeah, of course. When we start losing a lot of games, you just think like maybe someone not doing enough like you do, but every time when we are playing with great team play, I understand that everyone is trying hard, and for past 6 months, I think like every month I have more and more confidence in my teammates.
So Navi forever, never a doubt.
Yeah, of course, man.
All right, well, you mentioned the haters, but what about the lovers? Have you got any words for your fans today, Simple, before we let you go?
Yeah, guys, thank you. I see all your message, I see all your heart, I see all your pressure and criticism, or how's it called?
That's exactly
I understand, yeah. Some of you want fast, big results from us. Some of you don't understand how we still win in 1 tournament per year, but right now we have 2, so I hope you'll follow me and my team for the rest of our road.
I think it's going to be a long road. Congratulations again, Simple.
Thank
It was
you.
a fantastic performance. We will see you very soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Oh, you too.
I love it when Simple's happy.
I haven't seen him this excited. Yeah, I don't think ever, right? But of course he's gonna be. It was a great performance from the whole team and himself individually. So yeah, hearing that.
I did nearly ask the Valorant question because he's been streaming it a little bit. I have a feeling he won't be anymore.
Ah, we good.
Sorry, I'm bringing the tone down.
We safe.
Apologies. Grand final, guys.
Safe.